Scribbles. They look messy, chaotic, like they don't mean much. But if you look closely, you might find something else. Movement, energy, possibility. Today's prompt is scribbles or doodles, and I'm curious to see what emerges when I don't try to make it pretty. Sometimes clarity starts with a squiggle. Welcome back, I'm Gajana and this is day 11 of the July Junk Journal Challenge 2025. Each weekday I create a small page in this accordion-style junk journal inspired by prompts from Lee at Lee Creates. When I flipped through today's pages, I had to smile. Unplanned but completely fitting, the paper scrap I used to build this base already had some little doodles on it. Fishes caught in a net. That image stuck with me and it felt really symbolic because don't we all carry around little mental nets sometimes, filled with things we've caught, unintentionally, old worries, strange memories and unresolved thoughts? Okay, let's see what we want to do with this page. I thought I like to tear a square of coffee-dyed paper to match the size of today's journal page. It will become a flip down that folds over the base. I love using coffee-dyed paper, like the smell, the texture, the way it already carries stories. I think I would like to hinge the paper at the bottom of the page with this washi tape. It looks like an old film strip. I love this, a film strip. Scribbles are kind of like that, I find, like old footage of the mind, like raw, unedited and honest. And if I manage to get this washi tape off my roll here, I will be delighted. Do you know this? When you have washi tape, sometimes it's really sticky and it needs ages to get it off. But here it is. What I would like to do also is like layering here. From my little stash of labels that I prepared before, I will link a video in the description where I make this kind of stamped labels. I found that one. And as always, I go around with my Distress Oxide ink to get the vintage look even a little bit further. And then finish it off by, as I said before, hinging that page with the washi tape. Here I'm using my glue stick. Usually I would use art glitter glue if I want to hinge something because it's way more stable. But I really didn't want to bring art glitter glue in my suitcase. Imagine it would be running into all of my clothes, and so that would have been a whole mess. So I'm gluing it down on one side, half of it, and then half of it on the other side, so that I can create the flip down. Pressing it down, I hope it will hold because it's just this small thing. So here we are. I can fold it down. I have some writing space, and so I would like to start by decorating the flip down page. So I want to bring in a few small details that help it feel grounded, like maybe a little bit more of the labels, definitely the prompt and the day 11 I think I would like to have on that page. And I brought here this little container from New Zealand with all these little bits and pieces, and the threads here, the black threads, they are from yesterday from the stitching, and I think I just allow myself to play around with it a little bit, like scribbling, but scribbling in a way that is more collaging, like it's a mixture out of letting my hands really find their way through this page. So not much thinking, just allowing the pieces to unfold and speak to me. When I saw the prompt Scribbles, there is a psychological practice I love that was developed by Donald Winnicott, a British pediatrician and psychoanalyst. He called it the scribble game. And he would let children scribble freely on a page, and then he would look with them at what the scribble might become. They would find shapes together, let meaning emerge, and it wasn't about getting it right, it was about seeing what was already trying to form, just more to witness what is unfolding in front of their eyes. And I think about that a lot in creative work. Sometimes I think we need to stop editing, stop tidying, stop judging, and just letting scribbles happen or pages unfold. Because something true often hides there, I find. Something that wants to be created. And so I want to pause here and ask, what's something in your life right now that feels scribbly or tangled or unfinished? And what might it become if you gave it time, instead of trying to make it make sense too quickly? And maybe you like to pause and reflect or journal. Or let today's page be that reflection in itself, because sometimes meaning only arrives once we stop pushing. And while I'm going through my little piles of scrap here, I found this thread. And I remembered, like, if I bunch up this thread, it also really looks like a little scribble. And so it has this quality of so-called meaningless lines. And I thought that is so fitting for today's prompt. And so I really would like to include it in the decoration of this page. Just gluing down the prompt for today on this scribbles below, because the lettering below I can't really read it. It actually looks like scribbles to me. And so lots of scribbles, lots of doodles in today's page. So let's go to the inside, to the hidden bit of this page. And let's start by gluing down the phrase for today. Sometimes clarity starts with a squiggle, or scribble, or doodle, a line that wasn't planned but landed anyway. And I love that today's page brings both together, scribbles made from thread and this unexpected doodle I found already printed on the paper. A few fish caught in a net straight out of a children's activity book. It's playful, but it's also strangely profound. Because isn't that how our inner world often feels? A mix of tangles and tiny meanings, scribbles we didn't intend, doodles that appeared when we weren't trying. And so, originally I had planned to color the doodle with pink and bright green. But now when I hold those pens over the page and when I look at the color, just doesn't feel right. It feels a little bit too loud, like a story that doesn't quite match the tone of this page or this journal. So instead, I wonder about using my metallic watercolors. The shimmer is so subtle, like it's quiet, but it catches the light just enough to say, oh, this matters. I will start with this copper tone and squeeze a little bit of water in there and just use my watercolor pencil. And let me have a look. I think I like that tone, I like that color. Let's start here with the hummer. Is hummer an English word? Let's start there. And while gently coloring these little fishes and crabs and hummer and all of these little sea creatures with metallic watercolor, I'm not trying to make this here perfect. I'm just adding presence, like letting the shimmer bring quiet attention to what's already there. Just going over it. It's so relaxing to do that. And maybe that's the connection between scribble and doodle. Like, so one is chaotic and the other often whimsical, but both are unfiltered expressions. They don't ask for polish. They just showed up here on my page. Like, one was the thread and one just as part of my accordion journal. And yeah, it's like a mark of where our mind wanders when no one is watching, or like what happens when we don't try to control anything. Like, it's scribbles, doodles, they show up. So if you are in a place that feels unclear, like emotionally, creatively, even practically, maybe start with a squiggle in your journal or follow a doodle. Let your hand move before your mind tries to make meaning. Like, because sometimes the clearest part of us is the one we didn't overthink. In therapy, there's often a moment when someone says, I don't even know what I'm feeling, or I can't make sense of this yet. And those moments are powerful because not knowing isn't the same as being lost. Sometimes it's the beginning of insight. Sometimes clarity comes after the scribble, not before. So, if you are in a place in life where things feel messy, where nothing makes sense, let this be a reminder. You don't have to know yet. You just have to stay with it. Stay curious. Let the lines be lines until a shape appears. And with finishing off the flip down page was another scribble and a white flower here. Like looking at it, I find it all comes together in a very satisfying way. Like the scribble, the butterfly, the labels, a flower, the doodle. Each one has a different energy, but together they feel like a conversation, I find. And while tidying up here a little bit of my craft space, I realized that's what healing often looks like too. Not a clean solution, but a few parts being allowed to sit together, to speak and to soften. And here is the final close-up of the finished page. A coffee-dyed fold down, scribbled lines and soft edges with the butterfly, stories being told. And you can see the doodles I found, metallic glimmers, fish, a tin tangled in a net like lines from a child's activity book. There was even a prompt to add more creatures to the net. And that makes me think, what have we each caught in our own mental nets? Memories, pressure, beauty we forgot was there. Thank you for spending this creative moment with me. If you found something meaningful here, I'd love for you to leave a comment, share your reflection, or subscribe for more gentle pages like this one. I'll be back tomorrow for day 12 of the July Junk Journal Challenge. Until then, be kind to your scribbles. They are often the beginning of something that just wants to see the light.